Hey there, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Babe Brigade. Thank you for clicking on my video. Now, if you have time, please subscribe to my channel, like, and comment. It helps my channel, and it's free to subscribe. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Babe Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday evening. I just got back from the store. And I found something that I just could not resist. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't leave it at the store. Not just this Sprite, something else. Hold on, y'all. Got a little sinus drainage. But you know, those of y'all that know Cindy has the big ET hat, right? Well, I love Cindy, and I love how silly she is, and I love that she can let the inner child out and be silly. Excuse me, y'all, I'm sorry. 'Tis the season to cough. Anyway, so I found me something. Me and Johnny were perusing the clearance aisle. That's one of my favorite aisles of the whole store. Clarence, had to go visit my friend Clarence. Can't leave Clarence out. Anyway, and this little thing apparently someone had picked it up, carried it around, and then just put it on the clearance aisle. It was not a clearance item. It was something somebody had just changed their mind and put it there. You know how we've all done it. Pick something up and changed our mind and just put it wherever we were. And put it down wherever we happen to be. I've done it. Everybody's done it. Instead of taking it back to where you found it originally. Because we don't have time for that. So, but I found this. This is my answer to Cindy's ET hat. It's a gnome hat. Yes. Isn't he cute? They didn't give him no eyes. That's the only thing I got against it, is they didn't give him any eyes. I may have to remedy that. I had some markers. I may have to draw him some eyes. But I really like it. So I'm going to do the rest of my video just like this. My little pom-poms. My little striped sides here. You know, I think if I was up north and I had needed it for warmth, it'd probably keep my noggin pretty warm, don't you think? Yep, I think it would keep my noggin rather warm. But it's real fluffy and it's real fluffy. It got ears and everything. There are the ears right there. And there's his nose. So she can have her ET hat. I got a gnome hat. And I'm having a blast with it. What do y'all think? Please let me know in the comments what you think about my new silly hat. I don't think I have to just restrict this strictly for Christmas, do you? No. I think I'll just pull this out whenever I'm feeling silly, like Cindy does with her ET hat. Whenever I'm feeling gnomey. Nova, I see you. You better go to Walmart and see if you can find you one. So cute. Anyway, so what have I been up to while I'm waiting on the voting to finish up with my video? I did a video a couple of days, well, not quite 2 days ago, asking y'all to vote on the colors for my next cardigan. So the voting is going as follows. Most most of you want color number 3, which was the Premier Puzzle yarn. And that got 10 votes so far. Now, actually, I think it got another vote today. So it's got 11 votes so far. And then most of you want B, which is the Granny Stitch, and that's got 15 votes so far. So, and I got to thinking about that. Can I really make a cardigan out of one color? So, because I struggle out of making something all one color. I don't know what it is about that, but I'm good if I'm using self-striping yarn. I do just fine because the color's changing as I go, right? But if it's all one color, I struggle. I struggle because I think that's some sort of adult ADD problem or something. I get bored real quick if the color stays the same. If I can't change that color after so many rows, I get stagnated and I start dreading the project, and it just like, and it ends up being a UFO, an unfinished object. And later it's frogged or thrown out or whatever the case may be. I may have to do with what Kim said. She just threw the whole thing away. She didn't frog it. She just threw the whole kit and caboodle away. I understand. I do. So I come up with a solution. Since the voting is continuing to go with the puzzle yarn, and I'll remind you what the puzzle yarn looked like. This is the puzzle yarn that was in the video that everybody has voted for. Okay. Well, I went through my stash and I found a yarn that color coordinates with this yarn. Same weight and similar yardage. Boom. Okay. This is yarn. This is Loops and Threads Barcelona big yarn. It's 410 yards, 250 grams. It's also a 5 weight. And this colorway is called Amethyst. And so it's got all kinds of different lovely shades of all kinds of wonderfulness in there. And it's the same thickness as this. I thought about striping this with the Beautiful Red Heart, but then I was like, nah, it's 2 different thicknesses of yarn. It might not work out too well. But then I remembered that I had this yarn. And look how good those look together. Those look really good together. That works. That works out just fine. So, since these each have 328 yards. This has 410 yards, and I have 2 of these. So if I'm like just throwing a stripe in, I'm just throwing a row in of this every so often, then I should be able to use 1 on each half of this for this. So if I'm just doing it every 4 or 5 rows, at least that breaks up the color for me and keeps me from getting bored. And at the same time, it gives it a really cool look. That's my thinking. What do y'all think? Leave me some comments, please. And my lovely friend Marcia had asked me to make her a hat and scarf set on my loom. So I got out a skein of parrot, because she named off all these different colors she likes, and I was like, oh boy, that's a lot of color changes on the loom. And I was like, And so then I went through my variegated yarns and my striped yarns, and I was like, I got a yarn, a skein of yarn that has all those colors. Ding! Parrot stripe. So I grabbed a skein of, I only had 1 skein of this, but the trick to using a large gauge loom and only having 1 skein of something is to pull from the outside and the inside and use the 2 strands that way. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pulling from the outside of the skein and the inside of the skein. And that's how I'm getting 2 strands. And believe it or not, it's working out fairly well. So this is the hat that I did her already. I just did a regular knit hat because she's kind of a no frills kind of lady. So I just did a regular knit hat, and I already checked, and this is my hair. My head is, she said her head is a 21-inch head. I measured my head. It's around the same as 21 inches. And so this fits just fine. This will go over her ears, and she lives way up north where it gets really, really cold where she is. And so this worked up really nice. And I've started the scarf. And so what I'm doing is I'm purling on the ends so that the edges will be straight and won't curl so bad. It'll curl some, but not too bad. So this is the scarf that I've started. And this is what I have left in the yarn. So it'll be changing colors, and it'll just go and give that gradient effect. And so that's the projects that well, there's one more project I'm working on. And I think I mentioned to y'all that I had some landscapes yarn in a color that I really wouldn't have expected myself to work with, because, well, I've always said, and why is my nose getting athletic, but I don't really use black yarn because it makes me sad. I like bright colors because years ago when I struggled with deep depression, I wore a lot of black. I know I'm wearing black and gray right now, but it's different. It's different. It's just black. It's not solid black. It's black and gray. But I used to wear just solid black all the time. Just black clothes, black shirt, black pants, black all the time. And I was depressed all the time. And when I finally broke out of that depression and started wearing brighter colors, I swore I'd never go back to wearing solid black clothes. And then when I got into doing crochet, I decided I would not own a lot of black yarn because it makes me sad. It reminded me of when I was in that depression and I wore a lot of black. And so, but then I came up on this beautiful black and silver yarn, landscapes yarn, that was $3 a skein. And I said, well, and of course by then I had this channel, and I said, well, I'll buy it and I'll put it in a giveaway at some point. But then some of my giveaway winners, they're like, oh, I don't want black yarn. I can't see to crochet with black yarn. And I'm like, crap. But there's a young lady that is a friend of my oldest son, and she has a birthday on the 28th. And she loves black and gray and silver and all the colors that are in this yarn. And she is a mother of 3 boys. And so I said, well, she needs a warm mama shawl. Something she can wrap around herself when it's cool out. And she just wants to curl up with her boys and look at TV or whatever, And so I said, well, I have 5 skeins of this stuff. And this is what I've got so far. Just a regular old granny stitch shawl. But I didn't realize that I would enjoy this landscapes yarn. This is my first time using landscapes yarn. And I didn't realize it would be like a treat to my hands. This is a treat to my hands. And this is Line Brand, 3.5 ounce skein. It's 147 yards, 100 grams. It's a 4-weight yarn. However, it does recommend that you use a 6.5 millimeter hook. Now, I'm using a 6, and it's plenty. It works fine with a 6 millimeter hook. I'm not having any problems with it. And it says machine wash, gentle, and then lay flat to dry. So that's what I'm going to do. When I get done with it, I will, because I have dogs. And there will be dog hair on it, no doubt, by the time I'm done. But I'll probably wash it and then lay it out. I'll lay it on over the back of my recliner in the living room and let it dry. And but the colorway is called Metropolis. And I'll show that to y'all. Metropolis. And I have 4 more skeins of this because guess what? I'm already through with the first one. And but this is how far it got me. So pretty good so far. And I use Fiber Spider's tutorial. It had been a little while since I had made one, so I had to go back because so much had been going through my brain. I was like, I need a refresher. So I only needed the first couple of minutes of the tutorial where he starts it. And then I was like, oh, thanks, bye. And I'm clicking off of it. I only needed the first row. Once I had the first row, I was good to go. I was like, oh, thanks, bye. But yeah, I sent her a little picture of this and asked her, did she like it? And she said, it's beautiful. And I was like, okay, good. So, because I didn't want to continue with making it if she didn't like it. And so she likes it. So I'll be finishing this. Her birthday's on the 28th. So this is overnight. I did this practically overnight. So, because the yarn is like butter. It's just like I said, it's a treat to my hands after, dealing with some of the other yarns I've dealt with lately. This is a treat. So and they said that new facets yarn from Michael's is just like this yarn. So I think the next time that I can actually afford to buy yarn, I'm going to buy me some of that facets yarn. And because if it's anything like this, it would be a treat to my hands. And when you have carpal tunnel, yeah, this kind of yarn is really a treat. And I just never knew that I would. I really thought that I would end up giving this yarn away because of the color. But I'm glad I didn't. Because I got to experience how wonderful the use of this yarn is. And, and then I'm making a gift for a young woman that deserves something nice for her birthday. Something she can wrap up in and watch TV with her boys. So, that's my goal anyway. So, but that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm going to give it till, I guess, about midnight. And then I'll, I got to send some packages again tomorrow. I got to send the winner her package either tomorrow or Tuesday. And then I'm sending Cindy something. Pups and Crochet. I found her something at Walmart that might cheer her up. So, I just saw it and I was like, yeah. So I'm going to send that out to her. We're probably going to the post office tomorrow. And I got some more Christmas cards to send. And the last of the Christmas cards I can afford because this will be it. Everything I'm sending shouldn't cost that much to send because it's all lightweight stuff. But I got to send my my Boggy Creek blankets. I got those packaged and ready to go. And then I got to get Miss Michelle Wortman's prize packaged and ready to go. And the thing for Cindy, and I'll be good to go. So I'm excited to send some more stuff out. All of it should be fairly cheap because it's real lightweight, and I'm using mailer bags. Trust me, mailer bags versus boxes is the way to go. Because I sent some stuff off last week, and it was like it was less than half of what it would have cost me had I sent it in boxes. So cardboard weighs a lot. And so if you can send it in mailer bags, send it in mailer bags. I did buy a little pen to go with the notebook for the 700 subscriber giveaway winner. I'm going to be pulling for that giveaway on the 15th, which is this week. Now, I may ask the winner to allow a couple of weeks for their prize, if they don't mind waiting a couple of weeks for their prize to get to them. It just depends on where my money is. But I may put that in a mailer bag also. I do have another big mailer bag available that I bought. I bought a pack of 5 from Amazon, and I got one more big mailer bag. And so I may use that to send their prize instead of a box. And if I do that, then guess what? I can send more yarn. And if they don't mind waiting a couple of weeks for their prize, then I'll send it when I get paid next on the 3rd. So that'll help me out a lot if they don't mind waiting a couple of weeks. You know, I can't imagine it's just yarn. It's not like I'm sending life-saving medicine to them. So surely that'll be okay. But if not, I don't know what to tell them. I live on a fixed income, so I don't have, you know, extra cash coming in, you know, left and right. You know, I just don't. But anyway, I hope you all are having a wonderful night. I hope you enjoyed my hat. I like my hat. But I'm going to go find something good on TV and finish making this scarf. And when that gets to be too much on my hands, I'll work on the shawl and back and forth. And I'll give it a little more time with the voting on the next cardigan. And who knows, maybe one of y'all will go. If y'all hadn't watched that video, it's still in there. It just says, you know, help me pick the yarn for my next cardigan. So if you want to go watch that video, if you hadn't already, and get your vote in, then that's fine. And maybe a different yarn gets picked besides puzzle yarn. But so far, the puzzle yarn is winning. And if the puzzle yarn wins, then I'm going to throw that other loops and threads yarn in with it. And that way I can break up the color a little bit and not get bored with my project. Because I don't want to get bored. And I'll be bored if I'm just using that one yarn. I think I'll get bored a lot quicker. But and I don't think I can get that yarn anymore. I don't know. I'll have to check Michael's and see if that yarn's available anymore. If it is, it's probably like $12 a skein. Yikes. But I don't think I think I have other puzzle yarn, but I don't think I have it in that color. I have some other yarn, but I think I have a darker colored puzzle yarn that I might could substitute if I don't have enough of that particular yarn. But I'll work it out. I'll make it happen. I'll just put, like I said, I'll put a row of that every so many rows, and just to break the color up and make it happy. Probably like every seventh row or something like that. That way, you know, I could stretch it out. Since I only have like 410 yards per half of the cardigan, you know, I don't have, you know, and I'm making a big one. I'm making a big cardigan, so probably a longer one. Probably a big one, like, you know, that'll fit me. So yardage is important. But you all have a wonderful evening. It's been fun doing this and wearing this silly hat. It's very comfortable. Not too hot either. It's airy and light. I mean, it weighs almost nothing. It's not heavy at all. So it weighs almost nothing. But you all have a great evening. I love you, and so does Jesus. And remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, y'all. The Bake Brigade would like to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. Axel, Theodore,